Listen to me carefully. Stop scrolling. Stop looking away. This is the one question you need to answer honestly. Right now, do you want to win? Not tomorrow, not someday, not when things magically get easier. I'm asking you in this exact moment. Do you have the courage, the fire, the desperation to win? Because if you don't, your life will never change. You'll stay stuck, trapped, buried under excuses and wasted potential. And I don't want that for you, but let me tell you something harsh. Most people don't actually want to win. They say it. They post about it. They talk about dreams and goals. But when it's time to bleed for it, when it's time to suffer for it, when it's time to sacrifice everything for it, they vanish. They hide behind comfort. They hide behind laziness. They hide behind "I'll start tomorrow." That's why the majority stay broke, stay weak, stay invisible, and that's why the few, the chosen few, rise to the top. So I'll ask again, do you really want to win? Because winning isn't for everyone. Winning isn't for the soft. Winning isn't for the people who want shortcuts or handouts or sympathy. Winning is violent. Winning is ugly. Winning demands everything you've got. It will strip away your excuses, expose your weakness, and demand you rise higher than you ever thought you could. That's the price, and if you're not willing to pay it, stop lying to yourself. Accept mediocrity, because only killers, only warriors, only relentless souls ever taste true victory. But maybe you feel broken. Maybe you feel like you've already failed too many times. Maybe life kicked you down so hard you don't even know how to stand up anymore. Listen, that's not the end, that's the beginning. Every champion you've ever admired was broken first. Every warrior you respect was on his knees at some point, ready to quit. But instead of quitting, they made a decision. A decision that enough is enough. A decision that they refuse to be a victim. That's where winning is born, and let me tell you the truth. Winning is not about talent. It's not about luck. It's not about being smarter or richer or born into the right family. Winning is about one thing: refusing to quit, refusing to stop, refusing to stay down when life punches you in the mouth. Winning is about obsession. It's about waking up every single day with the hunger to dominate. Do you have that hunger, or are you just another talker? Because I'll be real with you. Talkers never win. Whiners never win. Excuse makers never win. Only those who get up and fight every single day win. And it doesn't matter how slow you go. It doesn't matter if you're crawling. As long as you don't stop, you're moving closer to victory. But the second you give up, it's over. You're done. You lose by default. So I'll ask you again, do you want to win? Because if you do, you can't live like everyone else. You can't waste time. You can't sit around watching garbage, scrolling through nonsense, playing games while your life slips away. If you want to win, you need to make war against comfort. You need to kill laziness. You need to bury procrastination once and for all. You need to declare war on your old self and fight until the stronger version of you is born. Do you know what winning feels like? It feels like pain. It feels like sacrifice. It feels like discipline so sharp it cuts. But beyond that pain, beyond that struggle, comes freedom, comes power, comes respect. That's why people who win never go back. Because once you taste victory, once you realize who you can become, nothing else will ever satisfy you again. But the sad truth is, most of you listening right now will ignore this. You'll nod your head, you'll feel motivated for 5 minutes, and then you'll go back to the same cycle, the same comfort zone, the same weakness, and you'll wonder years from now why nothing changed. You'll blame life, you'll blame luck, you'll blame the system, but deep down you'll know the truth. You didn't really want to win, because if you did, you would have fought harder. So here's the challenge. From this moment, no more excuses, no more waiting for the perfect time, no more pretending you're going to start next week. The perfect time is now. The war is today. The enemy is inside you, the weak voice telling you to quit. And if you don't kill that voice, it will kill your dreams. Simple as that. Do you want to win? Then you need to decide. You need to make winning your obsession. You need to burn the boats. You need to eliminate every escape route. You need to tell yourself, I don't care how hard it gets. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care how many times I fall. I will not stop until I win. That's what winners do. They burn with an insane level of conviction. They look at obstacles and laugh. They look at setbacks as fuel. They look at pain as the price of greatness. And when the world says it's impossible, they answer back, watch me. So here's my final word for you. Stop lying to yourself. Stop saying you want success but living like a loser. Stop saying you want freedom but choosing chains. Stop saying you want greatness but living small. Decide right here, right now, that you're going to win no matter what. Because the truth is, nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's going to hand you victory. Nobody cares about your excuses. Life doesn't care. The world doesn't care. Only you care. And if you don't care enough to fight for it, you don't deserve it. So get up, wipe your tears, take control, break the chains, fight harder than you've ever fought. And when you're tired, keep going. When you're in pain, keep going. When everyone doubts you, keep going. Because that's how winners are made. Do you want to win? Then prove it. Don't say it. Don't post it. Don't talk about it. Show it. Bleed for it. Sweat for it. Fight for it. Die for it if you have to. Because victory is waiting. But it only belongs to the relentless. The choice is yours right now. Do you want to win? Decide or die in mediocrity. That's not a phrase to inspire you. That's a warning. Life is brutal with those who play soft. Every single day you're faced with choices that either push you toward greatness or drag you deeper into mediocrity. The scary truth is that most people never actually make a real decision. They float, they hesitate, they wait for signs, they convince themselves they have time. But deep inside, their indecision is the silent killer. It robs them of progress, of self-respect, of potential, and the graveyard is full of people who thought they could wait forever to make a move. When you don't decide, life decides for you. If you don't choose discipline, laziness will choose you. If you don't choose courage, fear will claim you. If you don't choose sacrifice, regret will be your best friend. Mediocrity is not a neutral state. It is decay. It is you slowly dying while pretending you're alive. And the only way out is a decision so deep, so final, that there's no way back. You must decide to rise, or you will decay in mediocrity like billions before you. The decision I'm talking about is not about saying, I want success. Everyone says that. It's about cutting off every excuse, every escape, every backup plan. It's about telling yourself, I will not accept average. I will not accept weakness. I will not accept being another nobody lost in the crowd. When you truly decide, everything changes. Your habits change, your mindset shifts, your energy rises, and even the universe bends to meet you halfway. But until then, you're just another dreamer, another talker, another pretender. So decide now. Decide that you'd rather suffer chasing greatness than rot in comfort. Decide that failure is better than regret. Decide that your legacy matters more than your laziness. Because if you don't make that choice, mediocrity has already chosen you. And dying in mediocrity is the worst death of all. It's dying without ever truly living. The war against your weak self is the only real battle you'll ever fight. It's not the world outside, it's not your boss, it's not the economy, it's not even the people who doubt you. Your greatest enemy lives inside you, that voice that tells you to sleep in, to give up, to stay comfortable, to settle for average. Every single day that voice tries to pull you down, and if you let it win, your dreams die. The truth is, most people lose this war before they even start. They surrender to their weaker self and spend their lives wondering why nothing ever changes. Your weak self loves comfort. It loves excuses. It loves scrolling for hours, making promises you never keep, hiding from hard work. It tells you you've done enough today, when you've barely scratched the surface. It tells you, start tomorrow, knowing tomorrow will never come. That weak self is a liar, and if you don't fight it, it will destroy everything you could have been. The tragedy is, your weak self isn't just inside. It becomes you. Every time you listen to it, you strengthen it, and the stronger it gets, the harder it is to break free. But here's the good news. The war can be won, and when you win, you unlock a version of yourself that is unstoppable. The strong self doesn't wait for motivation, it creates discipline. The strong self doesn't avoid pain, it uses pain as fuel. The strong self doesn't care about opinions, it's obsessed with progress. The war is fought in the small moments, the alarm clock at 5 a.m., the choice between training or sitting on the couch, the decision to stay focused when distractions scream for your attention. Each choice is a weapon, each act of discipline is a victory. You need to understand this. There is no middle ground. You either dominate your weak self or it dominates you. And if it dominates you, your life will be a story of wasted time, wasted talent, wasted chances. But if you rise up and fight every day, you will build a life of strength, pride, and freedom. The battle never ends, but that's what makes it beautiful. Every morning you wake up, you get another chance to prove to yourself that you will not be defeated. So fight. Fight when you're tired. Fight when you're scared. Fight when no one is watching, because this war decides everything. Your future, your legacy, your identity. The war against your weak self is the war that separates winners from losers, the remembered from the forgotten. Win this war and you win your life. Talent is overrated. Obsession is what creates greatness. The world is full of talented people who never made it. People who could sing, run, build, or create better than anyone else. But they disappeared into mediocrity because talent without obsession is wasted. Talent might give you a head start, but obsession is what carries you across the finish line. When you are obsessed, you don't just dabble in your goals. You breathe them, you bleed them, you live for them. Nothing else matters. People might call it crazy, they might call it unhealthy, but that's because they don't understand what it takes to be extraordinary. Obsession means you can't sleep without thinking about your dream. Obsession means you'll sacrifice comfort, friends, entertainment, even peace of mind if it gets you closer to your goal. Obsession doesn't ask for balance, it demands dominance, and that's the difference between those who talk about success and those who own it. Talent fades when pressure comes, but obsession grows stronger. Obsession is immune to fear, immune to failure, immune to doubt. It keeps moving forward when every logical reason says quit. The truth is, talent makes people lazy. It gives them a false sense of security. They think their gift is enough, so they stop grinding. Meanwhile, someone less talented but completely obsessed is working day and night, refusing to stop, and eventually surpasses them. That's why you see underdogs win. That's why you see people with no advantage rise above those with every advantage. Obsession beats talent when talent stops working. Every single time, you have to ask yourself, are you talented or are you obsessed? If you're only talented, you're in danger. Someone out there is hungrier than you, willing to bleed harder than you, willing to die for what you only like. That person will win, and you'll be left wondering what happened. But if you're obsessed, you don't worry about competition. You are the competition. Your standard is so high that nobody can keep up. You become unstoppable because nothing else in life matters more than the mission. Obsession is lonely, it's exhausting, it's brutal, but it's also liberating. It frees you from mediocrity, from compromise, from excuses. It forces you to become the strongest version of yourself, and when the world finally sees your success, they'll call you talented. They'll never understand it wasn't talent at all. It was obsession. So forget talent. Stop waiting for natural gifts to save you. Choose obsession. Let it consume you. Let it define you. Let it transform you into the kind of person who refuses to lose. Because in the end, talent might inspire people, but obsession builds legacies. Sacrifice is the entry fee to everything you say you want. You dream of success, freedom, power, respect, but you don't get any of it without giving something up. That's the rule of life, and no one escapes it. People want the reward without the payment. They want the body without the grind, the money without the work, the glory without the struggle. But that's not how it works. Nothing worthwhile comes free. Sacrifice is the gate you must walk through, and most people turn back the second it gets hard. Sacrifice means saying no when everyone else is saying yes. It means missing parties, skipping comfort, grinding when the rest of the world is sleeping. It means cutting off people who slow you down, even if you love them. It means being willing to look crazy, obsessed, even delusional in the eyes of others. That's the price. You can't hold on to everything and expect to rise. You have to let go of the weaker parts of yourself, the distractions, the temptations. Sacrifice is not punishment. It's the process of sharpening yourself into a weapon. The truth is, sacrifice hurts. It feels unfair. It feels like you're giving up too much, but that pain is the signal that you're on the right path. Every drop of blood, every sleepless night, every dollar reinvested instead of wasted is a brick in the foundation of your future. While others laugh, while others relax, while others enjoy the present, you're building something permanent. Years from now, the same people who mocked your sacrifices will bow to your results. You have to decide what you want more, the life you dream of or the comfort you cling to. You can't have both. Sacrifice is the filter that separates the weak from the strong, the average from the great. Everyone wants success, but only a few are willing to pay for it. That's why winners are rare. That's why legacies are rare, because the price is too high for the majority, but for the few who are willing, the reward is beyond imagination. So don't fear sacrifice, embrace it. Every time you give something up, you're proving to yourself that your dream matters. You're proving that you're serious, that you're willing to go all in. The world gives everything to the man who sacrifices for his vision, because sacrifice is proof. Proof that you're not just talking, you're not just hoping, you're committed. Sacrifice is not the end of your life. It's the beginning of your real one. It's the entry fee, and if you refuse to pay it, you'll never even step into the arena of greatness. Pay the price, bleed for it. Starve for it, suffer for it, and one day you'll look back and realize the sacrifices weren't losses at all. They were the exact investments that bought you the life everyone else only dreams about. Sacrifice is the entry fee to every single thing you claim you want in life. You can scream about success, talk about freedom, dream about wealth, power, or respect, but none of it belongs to you unless you're willing to pay with sacrifice. That's the toll life demands, and most people never pay it. They want shortcuts, they want comfort, they want to keep their old habits and still expect a new life. But the truth is brutal. You can't hold on to your excuses and step into greatness at the same time. You either sacrifice for your dream, or your dream becomes the sacrifice. Sacrifice means trading nights of comfort for nights of work. It means grinding when you're exhausted, showing up when nobody's clapping for you, and saying no to the distractions that the weak give into every day. It means cutting ties with people who drag you down, even if you love them. It means missing out on fun, on ease, on the temporary pleasures that make everyone else feel good for the moment, but leave them stuck for a lifetime. That's the difference between the average and the elite. The average avoids sacrifice, the elite embrace it. The truth is, sacrifice never feels good in the moment. It feels lonely, it feels unfair, it feels like you're giving up too much. But that pain is the proof you're building something that matters. While everyone else is indulging, wasting time and chasing comfort, you're investing in a future they'll never touch. You're constructing a version of yourself that they'll never meet. And when results show, they'll call you lucky, they'll call you gifted, but what they'll never see is the sacrifices that carved your path. Sacrifice is not a punishment, it's the entry fee. You can't cheat it, you can't dodge it, you can't negotiate with it. The price is always paid in advance, and those who refuse to pay stay locked out of greatness. But when you embrace it, when you willingly pay the fee, you earn the right to step into the arena of winners. You earn the right to demand more from life, so stop looking at sacrifice as loss. Look at it as proof that you're serious, proof that your dream means more to you than sleep, than entertainment, than approval from people who don't matter. Every sacrifice you make is fuel. Every sacrifice you make is a declaration. I will not stop until I win. Sacrifice is the entry fee. If you won't pay it, you don't deserve the prize. But if you will, if you'll bleed, suffer, grind, and endure what others won't, you'll have what others can't. And that's the law of life. Pay the fee and take what's yours. Words are cheap. Anybody can say they're going to change, going to work harder, going to chase their dreams. The world is full of talkers, people who make promises, people who post about hustle, people who brag about what they are going to do. But talk doesn't move mountains. Talk doesn't pay bills. Talk doesn't build muscle or businesses or legacies. Action does, and if you want to be taken seriously, if you want to win, then stop running your mouth and start proving it with action. Action is the universal language. You don't need to convince people when your results are undeniable. You don't need to explain who you are when your life is evidence. Let the weak argue, let them boast, let them pretend. You show up, you work when you're tired, you stay disciplined when no one's watching. You keep pushing when others have already quit, and soon your actions speak louder than 1,000 speeches ever could. The truth is, people are tired of empty words. They've heard it all before. They've seen people promise change every January and go back to the same laziness by February. They've seen dreamers talk about plans that never leave their lips. If you want to separate yourself, don't be another one of them. Be the one who backs every word with undeniable action. Be the one who doesn't announce, just executes. Because silence combined with results is louder than the noisiest talker on the planet. Action requires sacrifice. It requires discipline. It requires you to do what's uncomfortable, what's inconvenient, what's exhausting. But that's exactly why it earns respect. Anyone can say, "I'll start tomorrow." Anyone can say, "I want success." Few will drag themselves out of bed when it hurts. Few will keep grinding when there's no applause. Few will stay locked in when the world is begging them to quit. Those few are the ones who rise. So from today, let your results be your proof. Let your progress be your argument. Stop begging people to believe in you with words. Make it impossible for them not to believe in you because your life leaves them no choice. Don't just say you're disciplined. Be disciplined. Don't just say you're hungry. Show how hungry you are with relentless effort. Don't just say you're different. Make sure your life screams it without you having to say a word. Because in the end, history doesn't remember what you said. It remembers what you did. The world doesn't reward intentions. It rewards execution. And if you want to stand at the top, you need to stop talking about the climb and start climbing. So prove it. Prove it with blood, with sweat, with every action you take day after day. Prove it until even your enemies respect you. Prove it until the world cannot ignore you. Words fade, actions echo forever. And now we arrive at the truth. Winning is not just a dream, it's a decision. It's not reserved for the lucky, the rich, or the talented. It's reserved for the relentless. The question has always been simple. Do you want to win? Because if you do, then you can't keep living like you have forever. You can't keep giving your time to comfort, your energy to fear, and your potential to excuses. Winning demands your soul, and if you give it, life will give you everything in return. Understand this. Every sacrifice you make, every tear you shed, every drop of sweat you leave behind is not wasted. It's the price of freedom, the ticket to respect, the building blocks of your legacy. While the weak complain, while the crowd settles, you will rise. You will rise because you chose to fight when quitting was easier, because you chose to bleed when comfort was calling, because you chose to step into the fire instead of running from it. That is what separates you from the ordinary, so make the choice, burn the excuses, kill the weakness inside you, step into the arena of life with fire in your chest and steel in your heart. And when the world asks you, who do you think you are? Answer them with results. Answer them with victories. Answer them with the undeniable proof that you refuse to be average. The time is now. Your life is happening right here, right now. Do not waste another second. Do not let this moment slip away. Decide today, decide forever. You will win, and nothing, no obstacle, no failure, no pain will ever stop you again. Because the truth is simple, winners are not born, winners are made, and today you are making yourself one.